He is the head coach of Notre Dame. He's Marcus Freeman, former player at Ohio State. Paulie with his new drum roll. I like it. And let's welcome in Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame head football coach. Here he goes.
Right,
looks like he got in a. Whoa! Whoa! Wow!
With the snow.
Wow! Coach went right by Will.
I didn't see his hand. I missed it. I missed it.
You missed it.
Uh-huh.
Is it because he's rooting for Navy? He hates Notre Dame? Is that why that was just an accident?
To each their own, to
Okay.
each their own.
All right.
To each their own.
But I just happened to miss your hand. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All good. All good. We're all good.
Yeah. So Will, you're not going to be at the game, but he's been at Notre Dame games before, and he's been yelling at the Brady Quinn.
Brady Quinn.
Yeah.
I would comment on how high he wore his pants in the middle of the game. Yes.
But
That
he will
was my
not be
heckle.
there. He will not be there this Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe when USC plays Notre Dame, you might be going to that game.
I might be coming to that
We
game.
have to make that happen.
Okay.
And I know you're a USC fan, but we have to get you to Notre Dame Stadium for that game.
I would love to be there.
Okay.
And
Look at that.
There we go.
look at
the dreams.
It's
that,
called
Yeah, look at what we do. We hook you up.
fellowship.
Oh, fellowship.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Fellowship.
Yes.
Did you just arrive this morning?
Yeah, we got in about 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
get sleep?
No, but
Did
this
you
is what
get-
we wanted to do. We wanted to fly overnight, and then once we landed, we want to stay up until tonight, and then our kids will be. We're going to practice here this afternoon, and then
Here's
try to
the
tire 'em
question.
out.
Did you get a workout in right away?
I haven't had time yet. I will today.
Okay.
Okay.
I will today.
Yeah.
Who wants to play the Marcus Freeman bench press game? Todd, what do you think is one rep?
315.
315. Okay. Seton O'Connor.
We'll go 325.
325. All right. Marvin.
I'm going to go 350.
350. All right.
One rep.
Okay. One rep. Yeah. Paulie.
One rep with the guys around and pumping them up. I'm going to go 340.
Okay. 340. And what about you, Will?
135.
130. Okay.
Just the plates. One plate on each
He
side.
said mine, not yours.
I think I could still do 135. I think I could still do it.
So what is your best one rep?
I would say I could probably go 330.
Okay.
Now, the last time I was 315 for 3.
Okay.
So I don't know what that equals out to.
So
but
330.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you lift with your players?
When they're in there, I don't lift with them. I can't. Their workouts are crazy, but
Oh, okay.
I make sure they know I'm working out.
How have workouts changed since you played, as opposed to what you're asking them to do now?
Yeah, I really think it's evolved. I mean, there's just been different styles of strength coaches, and as you really become a coach and you see how important that position is, it's been great to really be a part of some great strength and conditioning coaches. But that weight room pushes your culture, pushes your message as a head coach. They're with the strength coaches probably more than they are with the football coaches. And it has to be important. And not only are you lifting and running in the weight room, but the culture of your program is being driven every day.
Yeah, I wonder about that, though. As a player, did you get yelled at?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, as a coach, do you coach the same way you were coached?
I hope I'm more mature. I hope I don't do something just because I saw somebody else do it, but I'm intentional about the way I coach. And ultimately, it's to get the best out of your players. And there's different ways. You can't coach everybody the same. Certain guys need to be yelled at and pushed at and encouraged in a loud voice. But
Encouraged in a loud voice.
and some need to be brought to the side, and you need to talk to them and see, hey, you're not doing exactly what we want. How do we get this changed? And so here's what I want a culture of, though, is that when mistakes happen, I want them to look at their coach. It could be their head coach. It could be their position coach. I want a culture that when I make a mistake, I can look at my coach and say, coach me, make me better. So it's our job to create that culture as coaches that they're not making a mistake and they instantly go to fear because they're going to get screamed at. It's like, coach me and make me better, and that's a culture we got to create.
Help me understand this, that you're 9-5 as the head coach. Mm-hmm. So they gave you that loss in the Fiesta Bowl as the interim head coach?
Yeah.
But Should you get that loss?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But you were the interim head coach.
I was the head coach for that game.
Okay.
Because if we would have won, I would have won that county win.
Growing up, what did you think of Notre Dame?
Tradition.
But did you like Notre Dame?
I respected Notre Dame.
But you went to Ohio State.
Yeah, I was from Ohio. My father's from Columbus, Ohio. Grew up, all I did was watch Ohio State. I grew up wanting to be an Ohio State football player. I was able to go to one game as a recruit to Notre Dame. And again, the tradition, the excellence that they have sticks out in my mind. But I was focused on one school when I was growing up.
How involved are you in the future scheduling of games?
I'm involved, but it's constantly changing, right? I'm involved in the conversations, but there is no clear cut, okay, let's schedule out the next 5 years. With the 12-team playoff, with the change of conferences, the new deals in terms of media rights, this is changing yearly. And so I'm involved just because I want to make sure I know where we're headed. But I got so many other things to worry about. Jack Swarbrick and the people that make decisions are going to put us in a position to have success. I know that.
But recruiting, how has it changed? And now with name, image, and likeness, and what is improper and what's proper, and have people downloaded you on you can do this and you can't do that?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that you have to address it. The NIL is going to be a topic that most kids want to discuss, and maybe the kids are the parents, and so you got to be able to address it. In terms of how Notre Dame's competing in the landscape of NIL. But I still think that we have to distinguish ourselves from other schools with our football excellence, but also our excellence in education, right? That's what makes Notre Dame different, is that we say we're going to sell football excellence, but the degree, you take out football, the degree from Notre Dame is
But how many kids
special.
care about that in reality, Marcus?
It's showing them what the degree does for them. Like, do they care about getting a Notre Dame degree? Maybe not, but let me show you what a Notre Dame education can do for you beyond the game of football.
Okay.
I don't want to cheat you in the game of football, right? So you can't just skip over the development of football, right? And how we're going to develop you as a football player and the football excellence we're going to have as a program. But let me show you at some point the game's over. I don't care how old you are. I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to be over. This is what an education at Notre Dame can truly open doors to for you.
He's Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame head coach. They play Navy coming up on Saturday night. Yes, Will. Captain?
Coach, let me ask, what scares you about the Navy squad when you look at them tactically?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's start. Do you want to start with the dive?
Let's start with the dive.
You start with the
Let's
dive.
start with the dive.
Then the
That's
QB.
the foundation of their
And
offense,
then
right?
the pitch. Yeah, exactly
Okay.
right.
Okay.
That's
what it's all about.
Gives you nightmares.
But
sometimes.
things haven't changed there in 50 years, have they, with the Naval Academy or Army?
No, but I think they've gotten better. Their athletes have gotten better.
But how would you like to be a wide receiver at Navy or Army?
Well, listen, a couple of them caught some long balls on us last year, so
You're not.
Listen. I have the respect for them.
Maybe I should have brought that up last year to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for them.
Will the two teams do anything kind of ceremonial? Like, will you guys hang out at all? Like, is there like a meal or anything like that? No. It's not like a bowl game situation. Okay.
No.
Okay.
And I don't know how many bowl games are still doing that.
Yeah,
You
right,
know, but I
right.
know when I was playing, we used to always do it. But after the game, I know we'll both sing each other's alma mater, and listen, there's a lot of respect I know that the Notre Dame football program has for the United States Navy,
Sure,
right?
sure.
And their football team. And so we don't need to have dinner with them before so they understand that they know we respect what they do.
So Sam Hartman is, what, a year younger than you? Is that
No, it's 2 years.
2 years younger?
Yeah.
All right, so you got a quarterback who's 24. I mean, how much of a luxury is that as a head coach that he's got all this experience? He's got 100 touchdown passes in his career, and he transfers in, and now you got a guy who's, a mature man.
Yeah, there's no substitution for experience. And I don't care what your profession is. You can be a quarterback. You can be the head coach at Notre Dame. There's no substitution for that experience. And so Sam understands the ups and downs that come along with playing that position, right? And he is in constant he's practicing and playing at a constant standard. Like he's never too high and never too low. And so the ability to talk to him and have conversations with him that might be different to some of my other players, right? Because he has that experience. And the other thing he brings to our program, other than his talent, is the leadership skills, right? He has a true ability to make those guys around him better. And he's been a great addition for our program.
Do you have a question for Will?
No, man. You know what? Here's what
I'm an open book. I'm an open book.
do. It's more of, it's not a question, but an ask. I have to get a picture with you because my kids, their favorite movie is Elf.
Well,
Here's
he
the
won't.
thing.
He won't stop and acknowledge your kids.
I blew by the two sweet little
Two
adorable
little
Irish
boys.
kids
Two
yesterday.
little boys going, buddy,
Yeah.
that's Elf, and Will's like, yeah, so what? And he just kept going.
I don't got time, kids. I don't know what Gaelic is for I don't got time, but I don't got it.
When's the last time you hit somebody?
Me?
Yeah, do you miss it?
I hit my kids every once
No,
in a
no,
while.
no. Like, do you
I'm
tackle?
not beating. Like, hold on. I'm
No,
not.
that's what I'm
beating.
saying. Like, do you tackle your? Do you ever get into a drill and you want to hit somebody?
With our
No, you know better.
Yeah, I'm good.
okay.
Listen, I made a decision. It really starts with my oldest son. So my oldest son is 16, and he's a wrestler and plays football. And probably about a year ago, we were wrestling, and it was one of those ones that you had to go way too hard to make sure you didn't get embarrassed. And after that, I said, I'm good. I'm not gonna lose, but I'm not gonna wrestle anymore, right? And so the same thing with football. Like, I'm not gonna lose, so I'm not gonna be stupid and go out there and embarrass myself. So,
How important was that video we saw with your team when those kids wanted you to be the head coach, and it felt like they were not going to take no for an answer? How important was that moment for you to see what your impact was on these younger kids?
I think every day you pour everything you have into your players, and that's my focus every day, is to pour as much as I can into our players. But sometimes things like that help you reflect and say, you know what, this is what it's all about. And that's a bigger scale of a text you might get from a former player. It says, thanks for pushing me, or Coach, I love you. I'm having I had one of my former players text me, just had his first child, and thanks for being a great example. Like, that's sometimes the reminders that you often get, that this is what it's about. It's about pouring into those kids. And so hopefully that video is a reflection of that, is that a bunch of young people trust who their head coach is and really
But they
went to bat.
connected with you. They connected with you. But you were not a head coach. And sometimes you connect with your position coach. Now he's the head coach. Did you worry about changing?
No.
Like, are you the same guy that you were before you became a head coach?
At the core of my foundation, I truly believe I am. Now, are my responsibilities different? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is my relationship with 120 guys different? Yeah,
Do you know everybody's name?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Are you sure? They
Every
usually
single
put like their names on their helmets to
No.
help you, don't they?
No. I take a lot of pride in that, to make sure
When
that
you
I'm
yell
around
out
the guy.
853.
No. I better know his name.
Okay. All right. Who's 53?
Murph. That's what we call him, Murph. Murph. He's our one of our centers. Big Murph. He's a senior.
But Coach, be honest, you got like 5 Murphs on the team.
No, he's the only Murph.
I mean, it is Notre Dame.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Murphs.
Listen, they might have nicknames. Like, I might not know like everyone first, middle, last name, but I know. Hey, there's only
Okay,
one Murph.
there's only one Murph.
One Murph.
Maybe you could show us form tackling during the commercial break, and you can use Will as the dummy. And you
good
could
with
get
that.
your picture too.
Let's do that.
All right.
I'm good with that.
We'll take a break. I'll see you on Saturday night. I'll be on the side. I'm going to split time on both sides, though.
Okay.
Just letting you know. I do respect the Naval Academy, but I did grow up Notre Dame football fan.
And your alma mater,
It's Dayton.
and I'm a Dayton, Ohio boy.
Yeah, University of Dayton. That's
right.
Yeah, absolutely. I got a recruiting letter from Digger Phelps, and he said, "Hey, alumni in your area recommended you, and we're interested in recruiting you." And then I got another letter about 2 weeks later saying we're not interested in recruiting you. So that's
So they saw you play.
That's as close as I got, but it was a really important 2 weeks there, so I remained a Notre Dame fan and a friend of Digger Phelps, but that's as close as I got. All right, we'll take a break, and Notre Dame will play on NBC coming up on Saturday night against Navy. We're back after this with our play of the day.